The Sentinel is known to be reliable, fearless, disciplined, consistent, courageous, motivated, and skillful.
So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances.
All these qualities start from the mind. Your mind can be your worst enemy or your most powerful weapon.
The world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Is this the dagger?
Learn how to achieve greatness and tap into the Sentinel mindset.
This episode is brought to you by The Arena. The Arena focuses on helping law enforcement and security professionals achieve their ultimate work experience, curriculum, and fitness goals. Visit thearenatoronto.com.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this amazing, fantastic, beautiful day. Today we have a very special treat because we're going to be talking about two topics that I love: boxing and the security industry. I mean, you may be asking, what? What are you talking about? Why are you even talking about those two topics and how do they relate? That's an excellent question. See, training and boxing in the security industry, they might seem disparate on the surface, but they all share several similarities, particularly in the principles and philosophies that underpin success in each discipline. I'm going to give you some common traits, and we're going to have fun doing this. And the reason why we're doing this, by the way, is because this Saturday, October 21st, United Boxing Promotions is having an incredible event at the Pickering Casino. And I just thought, since we're big fans of boxing and also the security industry, might as well tie those two together. All right, are you guys ready? So number one, how do they relate? Preparation and readiness. Now, both boxing and the security industry, they emphasize the importance of being prepared. Now, in boxing, athletes can train rigorously to be ready for any opponent or situation in the ring. But similarly, in the security industry, professionals train to be prepared for various threats and scenarios. Are you ready for number two? Situational awareness. You see, a successful boxer, they always have to remain aware of their surroundings, their opponent's movements, any potential risks in the ring, or else they're going to get knocked out. Now, similarly, security and personnel are trained to be constantly aware of their environments, potential threats, and any anomalies. And as we go to number three now, this is one of my favorites, is discipline. You see, consistent training and following a regimen and adhering to the best practices are vital in both boxing and security. Discipline ensures that the boxer is always in top shape and that security personnel are always ready to respond to incidents. Which then brings us to number four, defense first. Now, boxers know that a good defense is the key to protecting oneself and setting up offensive moves. Again now, in the security industry, a robust defensive posture, such as maintaining firewalls, I mean, we're talking more on the IT side now, but monitoring systems, access control, these are all essential to protecting assets as well. Which also brings us to number five, and that is continuous learning. You see, both fields, boxing and security, they're evolving. Boxers need to learn new techniques and adapt to the changing styles of opponents. And similarly, any threats involved in the security landscape, professionals must keep abreast of the latest technologies and strategies. And this is one that I like using. This kind of pertains quite a bit to like executive protection in the security realm, and that's risk assessments. You see, in boxing, fighters constantly assess risks. They decide when to attack, when to defend, or change strategies. Similarly, security professionals, they assess vulnerabilities in systems or processes and prioritize their responses based on potential risks. Now, at this point, you're probably thinking, well, wow, like there really is quite a bit of relation here. Well, there is. And here's one that I love, and that is physical fitness. Now, while this is more obvious to boxing, many roles in the security industry, especially those involving field work or response teams, require individuals to be in good physical shape to execute their tasks effectively. We're big proponents on this in this organization. Being physically fit is not just about lifting a little bit of weight. It's also about a healthy diet. And when your being is in its 100% top shape, that's when you're the most effective. Let's go into another topic, which I like, stress management. In a high-pressure situation, staying calm and focus is essentially the key. And boxers face stress in the ring, while security professionals might encounter maybe during a critical incident or a breach. Maintaining those stress levels is what's going to give you the opportunity to be the most effective. And this is one that we do weekly, and that is scenario training. See, just as boxers spar and simulate match situations, study game tape, all that jazz, security professionals often engage in red teaming or penetration testing to simulate cyber or physical attacks on their systems. What better way to get your practice sessions than going through scenarios? You're most prepared like that. Which brings us to number 10, integrity. The importance of honesty and integrity can't be overstated in either field. Boxers adhere to rules and codes of conduct, and security professionals have ethical obligations to protect people and maintain trust. And these are the key things that come down to integrity. Now, usually I would do a top 10, but I got a bonus one for you. And here we go. Number 11, teamwork. While boxing can seem like an individual sport, boxers rely on the coaches, sparring partners, and support teams. Similarly, effective security operations often require coordination across multiple teams and stakeholders. The thing I love most about team is a scene that I've referenced many times from a movie called 300. And in that movie, there's an individual that is trying to get on with the 300. And he's talking to Leonidas. And he's basically saying, let me come on your team. And the individual is being told, well, lift up the shield. And he has a hard time lifting the shield up. And he's told, unfortunately, he can't make the team. The key here is, the takeaway here is that you need to all be as strong as your weakest links. And if you use a lot of this information that we've applied today, giving you the similarities of boxing and the similarities of the security industry, you can see that if you just tap into those key 10 points or 11, you can succeed and you can win. Now, this coming Saturday, we're going to see United Promotions have some of the best boxing talent in our country at the Pickering Casino Resort. And we're going to see these individuals. And we had a chance to speak to these individuals and find out what their mindset was when it came to training, when it came to preparation. Training and preparation. These are two key factors to win. And it doesn't happen just in our industry of security. It happens in all industries. And we're going to hear today from two individuals that are going to open your eyes so you can understand a little bit more of what it's like to prepare and train. Next on the Sentinel Mindset. Have a fantastic week, everyone. Let's continue pushing. Let's continue training. And good luck to all those that are going to be fighting this Saturday. Have a good one, everyone. Take care. What's up, everyone? We're right here today at West End Boxing Gym. Why are we here at West End Boxing Gym? Because we're here to demonstrate and showcase the mindset when it comes to training. Now, we do a lot of talking about the protection industry, but we're going to showcase today how training and the protection industry have a lot of things in common. Come inside, let's check it out. What's up, everyone? We're here today with Sara Haghighat-Joo, who is fighting October 21st at the Pickering Casino. So today, Sara, first of all, how are you?
I'm great. Yeah, I'm doing really well.
Amazing,
Thanks.
amazing. So, I know we were talking a little bit just before this kicked off, but tell me, how did you enter into this world? Because the boxer's world, and I actually have done a little bit of boxing on a very, very amateur level. One would consider it an extremely difficult, tough sport mentally and physically.
Yeah.
What was the appeal for you?
I just was doing a lot of team sports at the beginning of, 15, 16 years of age in high school, and I had a really awful coach for my grade 11 year who was pretty much told me, we're going to bench you this year. And I was like, nope, I'm not sitting on a bench all year long. I love sports. And I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I turn to? Because basketball was my whole world. So my brother was boxing at the time.
Okay.
And so my parents were just like, why don't you start up boxing just like him? You know?
So what age would you be when you got in?
I was 15 years of age
15,
when I first
okay.
started boxing. And then by 16, I had my first fight. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
amazing.
And it was a case of, I just love it for the fitness aspect.
Yeah.
Started sparring, loved it. My coach was like, and from Vancouver, my coach at the time was like, you know what, you're ready for your first fight. And
right.
I thought nothing of it. I'm doing this for fun. Back then it was point system, so I won 40-12, and I was like, I must be kind of good.
Yeah.
So why don't I keep going? And me and my brother did it together for a very long time. He's now passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. May his soul rest in peace. And so that's how we continued
Amazing.
on.
So one of the things that we do a lot of talking in our show, we talk about the protection and about the mindset of an individual.
Yeah.
And I find that boxing and the protection industry have a lot of similarities. Okay, so for yourself right now, you're about to go on the 21st and battle someone else, right? And to me, I think it's important that people just have a little glimpse into your mindset of how you're looking at this, right? How are you visualizing this right now?
Yeah, for me, with all my boxing fights is I just really want to perform well. It's not a case of like, I'm so terrified of what she's going to do to me. I'm not scared of getting hurt in there. I just want to look really, really good in there. I want my technical abilities to just outperform everyone. I want to just look flawless in there.
Okay.
So like as if it's like picture perfect almost. So like if they press pause on the remote, I'm like my hands are where they're meant to be, and that's how I fight every fight, right?
Okay.
I just want to be really technical in there and look just really good.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah,
now,
dominate.
You've been training for a very long time, have a lot of felts underneath your belt.
Yeah.
Could you, if you wanted to, say, you know what, I'm not going to train, I know how to fight, and just have that mentality and be successful?
Absolutely not, no. Even just taking a week off of sparring, I'm like, oh my God, I'm rusty when I get back in there, right? Because it's just those fast twitch muscles even, like you can lose it really quick. So there is no, for me, I'm so consistent year round, like I don't take breaks.
Okay.
When I do, it's strategically like, okay, Sarah, you're gonna go away for 3-4 weeks and that's it. You're gonna let your body heal. And when I come back, yes, I do pick it up pretty quick, but I would never just jump back into a fight right away. I will need that training beforehand because it is such a dangerous sport too, right? So that nobody can just like walk away, come back and fight right away. Like that's just not realistic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you feel down? Like when you're discouraged or you're tired, you're frustrated? And a lot of times I bring these questions up because the human mind can check us out sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But what do you do to overpower sometimes a negative thought that might come in that might say, you know what, let me just take it easier right now, or I don't feel like training today. Like, what do you do to overcome that?
I think there's always a positive out of a negative, so you just constantly look at like, okay, like what can I do better? Like I just came back off losing at the qualifiers in the semifinals for the Olympic qualifiers.
Okay.
And that obviously stung.
Right.
And you feel so defeated, whatever. But it's just like, okay, but what is next? Was that my be all end all finishing moment of boxing? No. I always have something else to look forward to. I have this fight, October 21st, my third professional fight. In the new year, I have 2 more Olympic qualifiers. So like, yeah, that loss hurt, but like, what did I learn from it? How will I fight someone like that the next time?
Yep.
And you go on from there, right? So there's always a positive somewhere.
And what I love about what you said as well, and your attitude is that, just as they say, when you get punched, you don't stay down, you just get back up.
Exactly.
And in resistance and in failure is where we truly grow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
As a woman right now, getting into this sport, what are some challenges that you have that I would say would maybe not necessarily a man might have, that you're in your sport, that makes you need, like you have, the way I look at it is that you almost have to like, the expectation you got to go double up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right now, well, for the pro boxing, we fight 2-minute rounds.
Yes.
They fight 3s.
Right.
We don't get paid as nearly well as they do, say for a world title.
Right.
They get double, triple the amount than we do. So it kind of sucks that way that, I have to prove that I'm just as good as a man.
Right.
Unfortunately, there isn't that same competition for females. So I see both sides.
Okay.
I see why someone in my weight class versus a men's weight class, same thing.
Yes.
They have thousands of people in their weight. I have hundreds in my weight, right?
Okay.
So I see why there's a divide because we don't have that kind of competition.
Right.
But the skill level is there.
Okay.
So it sucks that it is what it is.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
What do you know about your opponent that's coming up that you can, let me rephrase the question. Is it important for you to know about your opponent so you can train as well to study that as much as you possibly can? Or is there an element where you got to prepare for everything?
Yeah. I mean, I looked at her once and I was like, okay, that's all I got to know. And my coach does all that for me, right?
Okay.
So like what we work on, he knows exactly like her tendencies and that's what we go over.
Yeah.
It's more just focus on me, not so much what my opponent's going to do. I picked up a couple of trends that she has in each of her fights and I'll be wary of that, but she's an orthodox fighter. She could come out southpaw that night. I don't
Right.
freaking know. So I got to be ready for anything,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
it's not like a gymnastics routine where you do the same thing on the beam, you
Yeah.
know, like this. You got to be ready for anything and everything, right?
Right.
So,
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you one last question, but it's around visualization.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of gurus that will say that visualize where you want to be and it'll be, right?
Yeah.
So for yourself, where do you visualize yourself to be October 21st?
Dominating performance. I'm definitely going to be winning.
Yeah.
If I get the stoppage late rounds, then that's great. But tough in female boxing, I just know that I'm going to dominate every round and I'm not going to lose a round on the scorecards. And I'm
Okay.
pretty confident of that.
Sir, I love your attitude, and
Thanks.
I will be there on the 21st to cheer you on.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Appreciate
Thank
it. Thanks.
Okay, what's up, everyone? We're here right now with Josh Wagner, who is going to be on the main card on October 21st. Josh, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. Nice to meet you.
Amazing. And we're catching you right now at the tail end of your finishing training.
Yes,
Okay.
I just finished my workout, so I'm a little tired. We've had a full camp, 6 weeks. We're 9 days out now, so I'm on my last couple days of hard work. We did some sparring tonight. I'll have my last sparring session on Saturday.
Okay.
So a little bit tired, but I'm in good spirits. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to
man.
rock. So
How important is it to train? And I know it may sound like an obvious question, but you're a skilled fighter. At any given time, you could be like, I got this. I don't have to train. How important is it to train?
yeah, so I mean, in the professional ranks now that I'm a professional, I have to do things professionally. There's no time for games. You know, if I slip up, it'll show in the ring.
Okay.
And right now, my most important thing is keeping my zero. But training, man, you know, in the amateur days, I had 60 amateur fights. I had 11 losses. 8 of those losses are legitimate. 3 of them are my own fault, you know, not taking training seriously.
Yeah.
And I paid for it in the ring. You know, you can fake it till you make it, but not in this sport.
Right.
If you miss a day, there's someone that's not missing a day.
Right.
And come fight night, that's going to show.
Oh man, that's powerful. Let me ask you about the mindset right now. So the mindset of a champion. What do you do to mentally prepare to get ready for this? Because as humans, we all go through doubt. We all go through frustrations of like pushing ourselves. Like, what do you do, and what are you doing to prepare yourself mentally?
Starving the doubt and feeding the confidence, man. It's one thing, you know, I've been doing this, I'll be 31 this year. I started boxing when I was 11 years old, had my first fight when I was 12. So it's been 20 years of me doing this. So I think maybe with a little bit of experience, you know, it obviously helps. I've been in a lot of fights. So, I mean, I still get nervous. Like, if you don't get nervous, it means you don't care.
Right.
So, I mean, every fight, there's a little pre-fight nerves. You know, you walk out, you come out of the curtain, your walkout song's on, you got thousands of people cheering for you. If you're not nervous, then you're not human.
Right.
And, you know, so I get nervous every fight, but how I handle it, you know, in training, when I'm running, when I'm by myself, when I'm looking in the mirror at home, when I come here every single day, day in and day out, that's all I'm thinking about. It's all that's on my mind. This is my full-time job, so I take it very seriously. And anyone who knows me personally in my personal life, they know that I'm a very intense guy, and I do everything very intensely, and I'm an all-in kind of guy. So if I'm doing it all in. So it can be a blessing and a curse, but right now, all my energy is into boxing, and my mindset, I mean, if you were with me day in, day out, you'd see, like, I don't ever think about losing. Losing is, you know, I'm a human. Like, I think about what it would be like and
Right,
shit, but that's what makes me even train harder, you know what I mean?
Right.
I will not lose. And I'll
Okay.
do anything in my power to not lose, and that's what I'm telling myself day in and day out.
Can you tell us a little bit about your process? Like, for example, like we all know the end goal is to win, right? How important is it for you to set a goal? Like, obviously, the win is the biggest goal, but to set goals for yourself to get closer to your goal, right?
Yeah, it's very important, and that's where I have, you know, an amazing team behind me. We got West End here, the best gym. I got Stevie Bailey as a coach, and you know, there's a game plan going into every single fight. So we're top 30 now. The last fight put me in the top 30 of the boxers in the world. So we're at an international level now, where, you know, there's no games anymore. So I just trust Stevie. He has a game plan. Every fight's a little different depending on the opponent. You might be fighting a tall guy, you might be fighting a short guy, you might be fighting a boxer mover, you might be fighting a slugger. So, you know, it's about trusting your coach, trusting the process, and just doing your damn best.
Okay, man, that's amazing. So we're gonna be there in October 21st to cheer you on. My question to you is, as a last question, is this: what do you see happening on Saturday, October 21st?
So before I forget, so Saturday I'm fighting Saturday, October 21st. My birthday is actually October 22nd, so I'll be main event fighting around 9 or 10 o'clock. Then my birthday is the 22nd, so my plan is getting a knockout for my birthday present. Yeah, man, my main focus is just winning.
Okay, amazing, man. One thing I can say about you, and I just met you, is that there's a difference between being cocky and being confident, and you're confident, man. And
Thank
to
you.
me, that's amazing.
Thank you.
You have the eye in the prize, you visualize it, you see it, and we're gonna be there to cheer on your win, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
Josh. Thank you very much for everything that you do, buddy.
Yeah, man, no worries.
All right. What's up, everyone? We're here right now with a repeat guest, not in studio, but now we're at West End Gym with Tyler Buxton, President, CEO, top dog of United Boxing Promotions. I've known Tyler. Somebody asked me right now. I've known him since I was 21 years old, man.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long. It's been that long. And it's always amazing, man, to see what you've been able to do with the sport, with your company. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I guess it's been a long time now that you say that, right?
Yeah, man.
It's been a long time. So yeah, we've been growing. Obviously, you know, we incorporated in 2009, and where we're at now compared to where we started is you know, leaps and bounds. But we keep working and keep pushing and keep building and keep signing good fighters and guys that are committed to the team and the process. And it's a good time right now.
Amazing, man. Now, one of the things I wanted to bring up with you, and I had a chance today to talk to two of your fighters that are happening on the 21st, Sara and Josh.
Right.
And what we're talking about is the mindset of training and preparation to get the win outcome. Now, for yourself, you've seen a lot of fighters, you've trained a lot of fighters, you've been around that ecosystem for a very long time. How important is it, the mindset in this process?
I think the mindset's the most important thing. It's a mental game. As much as it is physical, it's the amount of mental aspects that come involved with the pressures of being a professional. It's the amateurs, and then there's all that added once you turn professional. I believe that fighters. So
it doesn't matter how strong you are, how much muscles you have.
Obviously, that plays a part, but in order to condition your body and condition your muscles and to do the training, you also have to be mentally strong. Like, you have to get up in the morning and do that road work. If you're not willing to do that,
right,
you're not going to be able to excel in the sport. If you're not willing to eat properly, train properly, put in the hours, then you're not going to excel.
Right.
So I believe that's all part of it.
So how important? So we obviously know that like the practice and the training is very important. Like, what about preparation? Like, you know, like getting ready to know what you're going to go after, like goal setting, visualizing for the win.
Yeah, I think that's obviously all part of it. And every fighter's different though too. Like some guys are you know, big on meditation and yoga and all that kind of stuff. Some guys don't like being around the fights when the door's open. They don't want to be out there because, you know, they want to sit in the back and sleep. Some guys want to sit ringside and watch the undercards. Everyone's got a different mental game and a different approach on doing their fight game and preparing for their fight. I don't normally stick my nose into that. I just promote the show and let them do what they do and let their coaches deal with all of that.
Amazing, man. What do you like to see for people coming into the sport? I mean, boxing is a sport that's been around for a long time, and it seems to obviously be really taking off over the last couple of years. For a lot of the new generation looking at this, looking at entering, what are things that you look for, like qualities for someone that wants to enter?
Well, on the professional side, it's you're in the entertainment business, right?
Yeah.
So the fighters have to remember that you're not just a boxer, you are a brand, and now you're seeing it more and more with fighters like Jake Paul.
Yes.
They're coming to the sport. They already have a following. They can demand more money because they've built their following, you know, before they started boxing.
Right.
So now, like the fighters that are just starting in the amateurs, turning pro, don't necessarily have the following, so they've started the boxing. Now they need to start building the following, and that's where the money is, and that's what it comes down to. You need to build your fans and have fans and understand it's a business, and you are your own brand. You know? So I try to just work with fighters, making sure that they get out in their communities and be a part of whatever they can be a part of, and build their following however best suits them. And there's so many different personalities and stuff, and the guys do it their own different way, but that's kind of what I look for, guys that are willing to do the extra work.
Okay, good, man. What can we expect October 21st? I mean, I've gone to some of your events and they're amazing. The Pickering Casino is one of the homes that you have a lot of your events at.
Yeah, Pickering Casino, you know, we were there from opening week, and it's become, you know, one of our regular locations now. It's a world-class facility, hotels there, the fights are there. It's kind of that Vegas feel of the North. And, you know, on the 21st, we got a stack card.
Yeah.
You know, you already spoke to Josh, you spoke to Sara.
Yeah.
We also have Shaquille Finn out of Montreal, you know, three-time North American champion, who's looking for a big fight in the super middleweight class. We also have the Canadian champion, Mark Smither, who's also the IBO Americas champion, who's also on the card. And we have a couple other prospects, other guys that have signed, and some other guys that are you know, making their debuts. So we have 7 fights. So right from opening bell, we'll be having the action started, and we'll just keep it rolling. But you know, after the fights, you can go to the casino and do some gambling,
yeah, exactly.
Have some drinks, or go to the sports book and catch the end of the hockey game, whatever you're into. So.
Amazing, man. So if people want to get tickets for this event, can they still get tickets, or is it sold out right now?
No, we still have a few tickets available, so they can contact us. Sales at unitedpromotions.ca. Just send us an email. We can take care of whatever you're looking for, whether you're looking for a whole table or looking for individual tickets, we'll be able to set you up.
Okay, man, amazing. I want to just thank you for your time. I also want to say I've been following a lot of the stuff that you've been doing, and to see you grow United Boxing Promotion to what it is right now, to see the caliber of fighters that you have, and to see the crowds and the groups that are coming out to see this is truly amazing. And I want to thank you for doing that, man. It's pretty amazing, especially as a Durham boy myself. To see that in the hometown, I love that.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, buddy.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
Sounds good.
This podcast is brought to you by Executive Protection Lifestyle Canada. Make sure to drop by next week and don't forget to subscribe.